What you see before you here is a Leffel water turbine, compact edition. The good size to fit in your truck edition. Also, I'm going to do a real proof test on this here old crane with this turbine, and we'll see what happens. This might very well be something foolish, but I have confidence in this good old locally made unit. Let's see how it goes. Going well so far. Wow. Oh, phew. Not so bad. Not so bad, I'd say. Something interesting I'm sure you noticed that I'll point out off the bat. Look at these beautiful brass gates. That's quite something. Anyway, let me get you on a better shot angle so you can have a proper gander at this here unit. So I've gone ahead and keeled her over, rolled it a little bit and keeled it over so that you can kind of see in the bottom. Now this thing, it's a treat. It's not seized. I don't know if I can spin it here, but the rotor anyway is not seized. You can see it spin. From a very quick look, it seems that the main parts of this are cast and that there are steel inserts in these bottommost angled blades here. There's a wooden bearing, which would be made of lignum vitae if I understand it right. And I'll go knock her over once again. This would be a 612. Seems like a 16-inch base diameter. So this is a Leffel turbine, Leffel in specific, because they're defined by their 12 gates. These ones are brass, as I mentioned before. It seemed that the little arms, the actuator arms, are forged, which kind of signifies its age. There's a lot of square-headed bolts on here with jam nuts everywhere. One thing I'll say that is missing from this here unit is the little pinion that would go here, and then there's a little holder for it, and that would go up into your operating floor with a wheel, and that would control the, well, it would adjust the gates, and that would control the flow and therefore the speed. So the only other things I can tell you about this unit at the moment are that it's made by the Hall Machine Works in Oshawa, Ontario. This looks like Ontario 15. Not sure what that is. What does it say here? Brush all this nonsense out of the way. On this side, we have just manufactured at the. Okay. For the moment, this thing needs time and the magical juice to settle in every point and start working. So that's what I'll do. Bomb everywhere with magical juice. This whole sector gear here, it's a little bit worn in the center, but we'll definitely be able to work with that, no problem. This sector rotates just slightly, and this is the collar that holds the sector gear. It clamps two pieces in place around the hub. On the inside, it has holes where all of these arms connect so that when the pinion spins, this sector twists a little bit, and that kind of makes these things act like a spider web that all come in or go out at the same time. And there are little slots that these square bolts ride in, which will then open or close all the brass gates. So I think I got everything there. Oh yeah, I'll put some down in here too. Get that unseized, times 12. And then I'll come back when stuff's starting to move and we'll go from there. Well, today's another day, and the turbine's been sitting out here for a little while. It's all soaked. We had big old rain, so it's been soaking with the magic juice and then all the rain that we've had in the past few days. So I don't really know where to start on trying to loosen stuff up. There are these four bolts on the sector gear, and I don't really understand what they're for. I don't know if there's a reinforcement or maybe there was a custom kind of gate opening mechanism that they made for it. Originally, there'd be the pinion here with the little holder, and it seems, well, it's all gone, the pinion and the holder. You can see some wear from the bottom of the pinion gear. But it seems maybe that one of these gate arms hit against it at one point because the angle on it looks a little bit steeper than the rest, and you can see the hole for the gate guide down through there, whereas you can't on any of the other ones. So I guess we can start with oh yeah, that's the right size. So these are just jam nuts on set screws, which I assume adjust some sort of a wear plate. It could be more lignum vitae, more dark wood. I'm going to be pretty careful with this, work it back and forth. This is old enough that it could be iron hardware as well, iron hardware in cast. I got to be careful too, is it might be looking good that it's moving and then gall up on the inside and the threads will just shit the bed hard. Oh, it actually looks like it's, holy moly, it might go. Wow, look at that. I am turning the whole bolt, the whole set screw, which is okay, I think. Oh, there we go. There, the jam nut just freed itself up on the set screw. That might mean that there's a little bit of a like a peened end from being tightened against this plate. So maybe I won't continue with that. Maybe we'll try and pop this whole top piece off. There's these 3 bolts that hold the top onto this casting. Holy moly. Oh, that one's not quite so. This is pretty crazy that these are freeing up at all. Went. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. So far we have 100% success rate. That's not so bad. Now, if I get this a bit loosened off, maybe. Oh, don't know about that. Okay, well, I'll pull those nuts off anyway. Yeah, I may very well gamble that this is iron hardware instead of steel. Threads look fine, really. They're not very deep threads. Going back this far, we might even be working with Whitworth standards instead of Unified, of course, or prior to Unified, the national thread system. Come on now. If we're really lucky, this top thing will pop off without too much hassle. Should loosen these other set screws. Wow. Look at that. Last one. Oh. That might be some trouble. A bit optimistic here. Something's happening. Oh, that's just the set screw turning there. I mean the jam nut. For the screw itself, I'm going to be really gentle on this. No, I'm going to leave that one sit. Now, don't want to hit that straight with the metal, so I'll grab a piece of something else. Look at that. It is wood. Would you look at that? Wow. Pull that little plate out, so that's what the set screw is right on. And it's pretty exploded, but that is some sort of hard wood. Wow. You can see where the top of the flange rubbed on the shaft, so it obviously ran for quite a while without the bearings being properly adjusted. Put those back in before I lose the place. Like a little Tetris. There we go. That is crazy. Well, it's a good sign anyway. Should we go further? Is that a little bit too... Don't want to ask too much, of course. What else? I guess next, to free up this sector and all the little spider links, this retainer will have to be loosened, and then the sector. Should just be with this one bolt here. Be very gentle on this. No, that doesn't want to go yet. Well, it's obviously showing signs that it wants to work with us, so that's great. I think I'm going to leave it like that for now. Let it think about itself. Give it some more of the magic fluids, and we will return to that again. So I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.